Hello everyone and welcome to Time Gaming. So Battle Spirits just updated their Banlist today, adding Fenrik, Granite Golem, Reversal Dragon, Fall Shark, and Shen. The new Banlist will be effective from August 1st. As you can probably tell from my tone, I'm not exactly entertained by this all. So here's my thoughts / rant on the new Banlist. So first of all, Fenrik. It was banned because, and I quote, "It impedes with the fun of the game." This card has been tormenting me. It has made my life difficult. It has made the life of a lot of people difficult for 4 years. And now they banned it because it was not fun. Not fun. So what? Were you guys living under the rock for the last 4 years? But yeah, I guess. Yeah, at least now it's gone. Yes. Okay. Let's move on. It is a good riddance. And then we have Granite Golem, which recently becomes popular in decks outside of blue because the number of decks that relies on Radiant Descent increases. What? You what, mate? Isn't that what you guys asked him to do in the first place? Because too many people are still playing too much Radiant Descent. I finally got mine delivered after it traveled half of the world. I mean, I bought them long time ago and it just arrived. And yeah, suddenly, it kind of came pretty much close to the news. So it's like, let's read the room, guys. On a more serious note, aside from the fact that I just bought 9 copies, if you know that Granite Column existed, if you know that your opponent might have Granite in their hand, there are ways to play around it. So it kind of gives you a rest when you play. So I think it's made the game kind of fair. It's kind of made it interesting. So yeah, for me it's a little bit too harsh to ban it right away. But yeah, well, what can we do? What's done is done. Then we have put the Rousing Sea Emperor Fall Shark and the Rousing Dragon Emperor Reversal Dragon. Both of them has been previously limited, and they were banned because, and I quote, "Scarlet Flame and Azure Wave has high draw power." So who made this? Who released them in the first place? And guys, what do you mean you did not see that coming? I do agree that Reversal being able to shoot 4 of your life out of nowhere at any given moment, and while threat still able to threaten you with 4 symbols afterwards, it can be a little bit harsh. But yeah, for Fall Shark, now you have Burst Wall, Revival, you have King's Command everywhere, and yeah, the meta is basically Azure Wave, so it's like lots of people are using blue anyway, and if you never face against Fall Shark, it can be a little bit intimidating, but yeah, he's a good guy inside. So it's kind of sad to see Fall Shark go, but yeah, I guess Reversal got it coming. But yeah, Fall Shark why? Fall Shark why? Okay, well, anyway, lastly, we only have one left. We have Shen, who was untouched up until now, and I quote, because they don't know how many people are going to use him, and that now too many people uses Shen. Well, no joke, yellow hair clip guy. If you put him in a deck with barely adequate support, and up until recently, it is close to impossible to use him. Of course, nobody is going to use him. I'm angry at why they officially banned him. But yeah, to some extent, I do agree with this decision. We can easily compare him to some of the other extra turn stuff like Judgment Dragonist or Zeus. The Shen has qualities that the other cards just don't have. It has 8 cost compared to Judgment Dragon's 10, and with Azure Wave being able to increase your cost like water. And unlike Zeus, you only need that. I mean, like, if you design your deck correctly, your counter will increase. So after that, as long as you throw your Shen on itself, can do the extra turn on itself, and after that, you might think, right, Shen is through your counter. Now you cannot use your overcount. Who cares about that? You are not trying to use your overcount, you are trying to win. So if you have 9 counters, which I think it's viable by the time you summon your Shen anyway, you can use the counter break 6, and then you use the counter break 3 to stack your opponent's top deck, and basically giving you 2 extra turn in a way. And it has double symbol, it has large VP, and you need to understand that the biggest strength of extra turn Shen gives is it doesn't give you an extra turn, it removes opposing turn, and there's no way to go around it yet. So if they release a new card that gives you an extra turn, there are a bunch of options that your opponent can have that doesn't really disturb their deck to stop you. But not Shen Chronos. So it's probably something to nip the butt. So now that they ban Shen Chronos, they will have less reasons to release new cards that remove opposing turn. And if they do, get your life sorted, guys. Please. And as usual, they have cards that they have not touched yet, but they are looking at really closely. So I'll keep my opinions to myself until they actually got touched. After all, they decided not to even take a look at the root of all evil. Well, it was a bit unfortunate that some parts of Ayumu's video became a bit obsolete now, but this main list only contains cards from BS60, so if the ban list did not touch your love for Azure Wave, do check it out. If you have cards that just got into ban list, unless your tournament organizer said otherwise, they will still be usable until July 31st, so you have until July 31st to say goodbye to your card. Well, it has been a long day, so I guess that has been everything I can share for today. It's been Theodore LU, your host, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye bye.